trip to Montreal, Canada? We're here to help. We visited many places all over this great city to provide the best recommendations and travel tips. For additional planning information about visiting Montreal, check out the video description, where we answer frequently asked questions about the city. Montreal, Canada is the largest and capital city of the Quebec region. It's also the second largest city in Canada, just after Toronto. We find Montreal to be an underrated city, often overlooked for bigger cities in North America. In this video, you'll learn why Montreal is an awesome destination that needs to be added to your travel list. Now, let's get to our recommendations for the best things to do in Montreal. Number 22, Royalmont Mall. Royalmont Mall is just outside the city limits and is a low-key shopping destination. Just a short metro ride from the city center, Royalmont Mall is perfect for those who want to escape the crowds while also exploring a variety of stores, restaurants, and public art displays. Additionally, the mall has an arcade, a movie theater, and an ice skating rink. Royalmont Mall is known as a luxury shopping destination, with popular brands like Gucci, Jimmy Choo, Le Creuset, Louis Vuitton, and Montblanc. However, there are plenty of casual stores as well. The mall truly has something for everyone. To get to the Royalmont Mall, just take the orange line to the De La Savon metro station, and there's a covered bridge that takes you directly to the mall. Number 21, see a piece of the Berlin Wall. When you think of the Berlin Wall and its history, Montreal doesn't usually come to mind. However, the Montreal World Trade Center is home to an important piece of history. This section of the Berlin Wall was donated to the city in 1992 and is the coolest piece of public art on display. Stop by and read a bit about the Berlin Wall and why it was gifted to Montreal. The 12-foot structure is covered in colorful graffiti, which shows visitors the political and social climate in Berlin during the Cold War. The large complex is also home to the Intercontinental Hotel, restaurants, and stores, so make sure you enter the World Trade Center at the right spot. The Berlin Wall piece is located on the side near Rue Saint-Jacques and Rue Saint-Pierre. To find the Berlin Wall, head to the first floor of the building. Make sure to get a photo of this impressive public art display, and since it won't take long to see, we recommend that you head to the Crew Collective and Cafe after. Spoiler, it's number 18 on this list, and it also is off of Rue Saint-Jacques. Number 20. Habitat 67. Habitat 67 is one of the most interesting pieces of architecture to see in Montreal. While you can't go inside without a guided tour because it is a residential building, it is definitely worth seeing from the outside. The apartment building was created for the 1967 Montreal Expo. Now it's one of the most famous buildings in the city, and one of the most difficult places to be able to live. Located on the banks of the St. Lawrence River, Habitat 67 can be best seen from a riverboat ride. Since it's on a peninsula and not close to a metro stop, it's in an inconvenient location for someone to walk right up to it. However, it might be worth it to make the trek to the building if you're able to get a guided tour and learn more about this unique structure. Number 19, the Underground City. Montreal's winters are cold, so when locals don't feel like going outside, they can reach many places in the city via the Underground City. The Underground City has anything one needs and connects many of Montreal's attractions, including the Eaton Centre, Promenade Cathedrale, Complexe des Jardins, Place des Arts, as well as museums, hotels, and the metro. It's worth exploring and seeing how many places you can get to in the city using this unique system. You can easily find a map online, or just explore and see where you end up. Either way, wandering through the Underground City is a fun way to see Montreal, and it will be an adventure. Number 18, Crew Collective and Cafe. Looking for a good cup of coffee and a Montreal bagel? There's no prettier place to enjoy a snack and drink than the Crew Collective and Cafe. Immediately after walking inside from Rue Saint-Jacques, you'll notice a grand staircase leading you into the cafe. Don't forget to look up, because the ornate ceiling is an impressive feature of the main room. Crew Collective and Cafe has a large sitting area with a mixture of small tables, large community-style tables, and bar stools. It's a place where you can grab a coffee and take a quick photo, or unwind and enjoy the ambiance. Also, the bagels are from Fairmont, which are the most famous bagels in Montreal. Definitely try one before leaving the city. Number 17, grab a poutine. We already mentioned bagels as one of the must-try foods in Montreal. The other must-try food is poutine. Try a classic poutine with cheese curds and gravy, or mix things up by ordering the dish with additional toppings. You can find so many varieties of poutine all across the city. There are no shortages of places to have poutine in Montreal, including food halls, specific poutine fast food places, and various restaurants. Seriously, it's easy to find this quintessential Quebec dish. The hard part is deciding where to go with so many options. And you should try poutine at least a few different places. We had poutine at a few different restaurants and at the Time Out Market, which we'll talk more about later. If you get the classic style, it can be a great appetizer for sharing. Or if you order it with different proteins, it can be your main dish. Number 16, the Olympic Stadium and Botanical Garden. Montreal hosted the 1976 Olympics, and you can still visit the Olympic Stadium. While the stadium can be toured and it hosts large events, it doesn't have a permanent sports team using the facility. The stadium also includes the Montreal Tower, which you can take an elevator to the top. While we didn't get a chance to go up, it's on our list for our next visit. However, since it's currently being renovated, it'll have to wait at least until 2027. It's still worth checking out for anyone interested in Olympic history. Right across from the Olympic Stadium is the Montreal Botanical Gardens, or Jardin Botanique de Montréal. The botanical gardens are one of the most impressive sites in the city, and the gardens span 190 acres. It's easy to get lost in here while exploring the many different sections and greenhouses. Go for a long walk and get lost in the beautifully kept green space that will make you forget you're in a large city. Make sure to give yourself plenty of time to see it all because it takes longer than expected. We wish we had at least another 30 minutes, if not longer, so that we could see even more of the grounds. Number 15, Musée des Beaux-Arts. Musée des Beaux-Arts, or the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, is one of the largest museums in Canada and the largest art museum in the Quebec region. The museum exhibits are in multiple buildings, making it a labyrinth to explore. Make sure to pick up a map when you enter from Sherbrooke Street into the Desmarais Pavilion. Both the main entrance building and the one next door, the Hornstein Pavilion, have great exhibits from around the world and from different time periods. One of the highlights of the museum is a Monet painting called The Main Path at Giverny from 1900, which was one of our favorite pieces. If you're a fan of art, you won't want to miss this museum and the many art pieces spanning centuries and locations. Don't forget to check out the temporary exhibitions on display when you visit. They're constantly changing. Number 14. La Grande Roue de Montreal. Montreal's Grand Ferris Wheel is located right on the St. Lawrence River and offers visitors panoramic views of the city. On a clear day, you can see different spots of the city from the gondolas, including Vieux Montreal, Habitat 67, and Ile Sainte-Hélène. One of the best parts is that you don't have to share a cabin with strangers. Each group is guaranteed their own space, even if there are only 2 of you. However, the VIP experience only has room for 4 people, so make sure you keep that in mind if you're traveling with a group. While the best views are on clear days, La Grande Roue is open every day and is open late, so you're not limited on when you can visit. When we go back to Montreal, we'd love to revisit La Grande Roue and see the city lit up at night. Number 13, walk around the Vieux Port. Vieux Port, or the Old Port, is a section of the city you need to explore. Right along the banks of the St. Lawrence River, Vieux Port has a lot of activities going on and things to do, like La Grande Roue de Montreal that we just mentioned. There are also plenty of seasonal activities like concerts, festivals, and even a skateboarding competition. Make sure to take a waterfront walk along the tree-lined sections of the Vieux Port. It's especially nice to walk around when the leaves start to change. On a quieter day, it's a calm location for a city stroll while enjoying the waterfront sights. Number 12, St. Catherine Street and Place des Arts. St. Catherine Street is the main shopping street in Montreal. A few blocks of it starting at Rue de Bleury and heading east are for pedestrians only during the summer months, making it a great place to leisurely shop and explore. Beginning later in 2026, more of St. Catherine Street will be revitalized and designed for pedestrians, and the city is investing in making it a must-visit destination. There's also a plethora of restaurants on St. Catherine Street, with al fresco dining options. The street feels lively and full of energy on a nice day. St. Catherine Street is 7 miles long, but the main attractions are mostly consolidated to downtown. The downtown area has a mixture of high-end and casual places to shop, as well as impressive architecture and other activities. Some of the places include the Montreal Trust, the Eaton Center, Promenade Cathedral, St. James United Church, some small parks, and Place des Arts. Place des Arts is right off St. Catherine Street and has multiple popular performing arts venues. Here is where you can see ballet performances, concerts, and musicals. While we only walked around, we'd consider taking a show on our next visit. Check out their calendar of events for a variety of entertainment options. Looking for something more casual? Check out the Place des Arts Esplanade, a square outside the buildings that hosts many outdoor happenings year-round. It's a beautiful place to sit and relax by the fountain on a nice day. Or check out the schedule and consider attending one of the events, some of which are free. Number 11, zipline. Looking for an adventurous activity in Montreal? Try ziplining toward the St. Lawrence River at Tyrolien Montreal Zipline. Climb up a large set of stairs before reaching the zipline platform. Take in the view of the water and the viewport before stepping off the platform and flying across the sky toward a platform on the other side of the port. While the zipline isn't super long, it's definitely a thrill you'll want to experience at least once. There's no better way to see the city than from a bird's eye view. It's also a unique way to see the river and Le Grand Rue de Montreal. You can bring a camera as long as it's secure and you're not just holding it. Or if you want to be careful, you can buy a copy of your zipline video. This activity is one of the Passport Montreal activities, Montreal's version of a city pass or city card. With this pass, we were able to ride the Ferris wheel and the zipline on the same afternoon. While a lot of cities have a card to try local attractions for a discounted price, Montreal is the only one we've seen so far that includes a zipline. Number 10, St. Joseph's Oratory of Montreal. On the top of the hill in Montreal section of the city, St. Joseph's is one of the most recognized buildings in the city. It stands out with its large green dome and the many steps to reach the top. There are 2 ways to reach the top, by taking the main steps outdoors or by entering through the visitor center. If you choose the visitor center, you'll go through a series of escalators and steps that feel like a labyrinth before eventually reaching the top. While the inside isn't quite as impressive as the outside, it's still worth seeing the church at the top. Make sure to walk around the church, see the impressive organ and stained glass windows before taking in the outdoor view from the top of the steps. Well, we took the easy way up. We walked down the main stairs, making sure to pause at different viewpoints to take in the city. St. Joseph's Oratory is a can't-miss Montreal attraction, but it is away from the city center. We recommend taking the metro to a nearby station. There are a couple within about 15-minute walk. Number 9. Biodome de Montreal. The Biodome was easily the biggest surprise of our entire trip to Montreal. We didn't know what to expect when walking through a stark white building first thing in the morning. You then walk down a set of stairs that introduce you to different exhibits: the tropical rainforest, the Gulf of St. Lawrence, the maple forest, the Labrador coast of Canada, and the sub-Antarctic islands. And you really feel the temperatures and how species live in these climates. Expect the chill of the sub-Antarctic section and the humidity of the tropical rainforest. Take your time going through each exhibit because there's so much to see, from animals to plants to sea creatures. It really feels like you're in these destinations when stepping through those doors. The biodome should be prioritized, even if your time in Montreal is limited. Next time we visit Montreal, we are confident we will go back and spend even more time here. And don't forget to bring layers for the dramatic temperature shifts. Number 8, Le Fontaine Park. Le Fontaine Park is a well-manicured green space reprieve in Montreal. Located just a few blocks from Rue Saint-Denis, it's in a central location and easy to reach via the metro. It felt like the most relaxed and laid-back place we visited in the city. Groups of people sat on benches enjoying the sunshine, and others strolled around the pond. It's a place where locals and visitors can spend a relaxing afternoon. It's relatively small, so it's easy to see the entire park. While it's the perfect place to enjoy a nice weather day, there are reasons to visit year-round. In the colder months of the year, there's ice skating, cross-country skiing, and snowshoeing. There's also a year-round restaurant called Espace La Fontaine. We didn't try the restaurant, however it does seem to have good reviews and it's in a convenient location right on the water. Number 7, Île Sainte-Hélène. Île Sainte-Hélène is one of the 2 main islands in the St. Lawrence River. It's directly across from the Vieux-Port and can be easily seen from that part of Montreal. It's difficult to walk to the island from the Vieux-Port, but it is a very easy metro ride. Île Sainte-Hélène is located on the very small yellow metro line at the Jean Drapeau stop. Day or night, there are plenty of things to do on the island, and some great viewpoints of the city from across the river. Île Sainte-Hélène includes part of Parc Jean Drapeau, Six Flags Le Ronde Amusement Park, the Montreal Biosphere, Swan Lake Pond, and much more. It's easy to spend a full day here with all of the recreational activities, including water and winter sports. Also, yearly events take place at Le Ronde Amusement Park. Spend a few hours going on the rides, especially the headliner, Goliath, which can be seen from multiple spots in the city. If thrill rides and sports aren't your thing, just go for a walk around the island and check out the viewpoints. Just keep in mind that there aren't many places to eat on the island outside of the amusement park. You might want to pack a picnic or at least some snacks. Number 6. Jean Talon Market. Jean Talon is a little out of the way compared to most of the places on this list, but it's worth the trek. Located a few blocks from the Jean Talon metro stop on the orange and blue lines, it's easy to get to from downtown. When you step inside at the Henri Julien Avenue entrance, you'll find a variety of stalls, including a butchery, bakery, crepe shop, spice shop, fishery, and more. All these stalls are indoors. Then in the outdoor covered area is where you'll find the large section of produce stands. The daily farmers market section is full of energy and is an exciting labyrinth full of locally grown produce. Wander around the stalls and pick up a refreshing snack. While a lot of people there are shopping for groceries, there's no reason you can't find a place to sit or walk around while enjoying your treat. We bought grapes and strawberries, which did not last long. If you're searching for an actual meal, there are some prepared food stands in the indoor part of the market. There are also restaurants just outside of Jean Talon. Number 5, take a St. Lawrence boat ride. Taking an hour-long boat ride on the St. Lawrence River is one of the best things you can do on a nice day. The reasons you should consider a river cruise are: 1, taking a boat ride in a new city is a great way to learn more information about the destination. 2, it's a phenomenal way to get great photographs. And it's a way to learn more about the layout of Montreal. We took an hour-long boat ride through Le Bateau Mouche and got a great view of Vieux-Port, Ile Saint-Hélène, Habitat 67, the Montreal Tower, and other impressive waterfront attractions. It's also one of the most relaxing ways to see the city. We got to enjoy beautiful weather while getting to know Montreal better. While we chose a regular sightseeing cruise, there are a lot of other options from multiple different companies. Some of the options include happy hour cruises, brunch cruises, and longer dinner cruises. You can also choose whether you want to see the city during the day or with the lights reflecting off the water at night. Next time we visit, we're considering a nighttime cruise. Number 4, Time Out Market and the Eaton Center. The Time Out Market is the best place to eat for a casual meal in the city. Located on the top floor of the Eaton Center Mall, Time Out Market has something for everyone. We had the opportunity to eat here more than once and try a few different places. The highlights for us were the gourmet cookies from Tunnel Espresso and the poutine from Campo. But there are many options here and food from all over the world. You can grab a snack, hit up one of the bars, or have a large meal. When we come back to Montreal, we will definitely be eating here again. There are so many places left for us to try. One thing to note is, if you go during peak lunch hours, it will be crowded and more difficult to find a table. We did go during a lunch rush once, and it did take a while to find a table and wait in line for the food stalls. Besides the Time Out Market, the Eaton Center is a large downtown mall worth exploring. The Eaton Center has a large variety of stores, including global and Canadian brands. There's also easy underground via the Underground City access to other malls nearby. Spend time here by first having a meal and then see the rest of the Eaton Center complex. Number 3, Notre Dame Basilica. Located in Vieux-Montreal, the Notre Dame Basilica is one of the best pieces of architecture in the city. While the Gothic facade is incredible, the inside of the basilica is even more impressive. Step through the front entrance and marvel at the blue and gold interior. The dim lighting adds to the ambiance. Take your time walking around the basilica, admiring the impressive altar and organ. Even the ceiling has an intricate amount of detail. We spent more time here than we expected to because we wanted to make sure we saw everything we could, while also properly taking in the impressive architecture. Just keep in mind that while most churches are free to the public, Notre Dame costs 16 Canadian dollars for adults to enter. Additionally, make sure to look up the hours before visiting. It tends to close early, and hours differ daily based on the mass schedule. However, the Basilica also has special nighttime events featuring light displays if you're looking to see it in a more unique way. To learn more about the history of Notre Dame and the importance of the interior design, make sure to read about it on the website. Number 2, Vieux-Montreal. Vieux-Montreal is a place you won't want to miss. While some parts of the city easily feel like a big North American city, which isn't a bad thing, Vieux-Montreal has a more European vibe. Think beautiful cobblestone streets, restaurants with sidewalk seating, and plenty of small shops to explore. The main street is Rue Saint-Paul, which includes our favorite restaurant in the city, Vieux-Port Steakhouse. If you want to dine here, make reservations, especially for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. If you're looking for something different than a steakhouse, Rue Saint-Paul has a ton of other restaurants to choose from, ranging from casual to high-end. After dining, make sure to check out the variety of stores and small art galleries as well. Besides the main shopping and restaurant street, Vieux-Port has the Montreal City Hall, Notre Dame Basilica, Notre Dame de Bon Secours Chapel, and other historical architectural sites. One of our favorite places that we stumbled upon was Le Royer Street, a beautiful pedestrian walkway lined with flowers. Additionally, Vieux-Port is a small part of the Vieux-Montreal neighborhood. We included them as two separate things because there is so much to do at the port that it needs its own entry, and it's much more modern feeling. Likewise, Vieux-Montreal from the other side of Rue de Commerce feels completely different with its small streets, little stone buildings, and Gothic architecture. Number 1. Parc Mont-Royal. Our number one thing to do in Montreal is Parc Mont-Royal. What is not to love about this park? It's a gorgeous urban green space with the best viewpoints in the city. While it's a bit of a trek to get up there, the view of the city skyline is worth it. Besides the main viewpoint, Parc Montreal is full of walking paths, a scenic lake called Lac aux Castors, and winter sports activities. With its natural beauty, sheer size, and long walk to reach the top, we recommend spending a few hours here. It's worth taking it all in and exploring the many different areas of the large urban park. Parc Montreal can be reached from many spots. The most popular is the beautiful Rue Peel steps located near McGill University. We can see why, because the pathways and staircases are so pretty and make for a beautiful introduction to the park. We actually exited through the Rue Peel steps and entered through Escalier Trafalgar Stairs because we were coming from St. Joseph's Oratory. This way is a little bit easier to do. You can still take in the incredible scenery without being so tired. Parc Montreal is the #1 attraction you won't want to miss, and we believe a visit to Montreal is incomplete without it. It should be the first thing you make time for when planning your visit to this Canadian city. That's it for the best 22 things to do in Montreal. Thanks for checking out our channel, and we hope you've enjoyed our recommendations and travel tips. Have you visited Montreal before? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. As always, let's make every trip an adventure to remember.